Vedutismo is the art of rendering cityscapes. Representing architecture in its complete urban setting is the fundamental principle that informed these views, or vedute. Rome has been more thoroughly documented in this tradition than any other city in the world. The tradition continues to thrive and influence architecture and urbanism today. Giuseppe Vasi was a master of this art. He crafted views of Rome that depict the city more accurately than any other artist of his time. But Vasi did not operate in a vacuum. As we shall see, he was thoroughly immersed in the tradition of Vedutismo, finding inspiration in the works of artists who preceded him and competing with rivals from his own day. The Grand Tour created the economic and cultural atmosphere in which the Vedutisti could thrive. Their views portrayed a city of beauty replete with ancient monuments and modern splendors. They were as alluring to the grand tourists then as travel posters are for modern tourists today. The Vedutisti have used a variety of techniques to represent the city, ranging from elaborate oil paintings to impressionistic sketches in charcoal, pencil, and ink. But by the mid-18th century, the preferred medium for the Vedutisti was the etched or engraved copper plate, whose impressions were copied in reverse and then printed onto paper. Vasi was a master printmaker. Vedute are valuable records of the times when they were made, and they often depict the city and its life in astonishingly realistic detail. In an age of digital photography, it's easy for us to assume that city views tell a sort of photographic truth, but this is not so. Each artist brought his own compositional priorities to his work, and one artist's view of the same place can be strikingly different from another's. Vasi's rival, Piranesi, for instance, tends to exaggerate his scenes for dramatic effect, often distorting his perspectives and miniaturizing people to make his buildings look more monumental. The earliest Vedutisti presented Rome as a fantastic collection of monuments. Although far from realistic, their portrayals captured the excitement of the eternal city with its past and current wonders. Vedute first became popular in the 16th century, and visiting artists from the north, like Martin van Heemskerk, carried the tradition to Rome in his realistic portrayals. But by the end of the 17th century, perspective views were a well-established genre among Roman and visiting artists alike, thanks in large part to artists like Stefano Duperac and Israel Silvestri, each of whom made significant contributions to the Vedute tradition. But Giovanni Battista Falda was the first notable Vedutista, and during his brief but prolific career, Falda demonstrated an extraordinary capacity to capture the city pictorially, and he helped elevate the engraved print and work on paper to a level equal to that of the painted canvas. A Vedutisti of the next generation, Giovanni Paolo Panini, painted large-scale canvases that carried realism forward with increasingly vivid depictions of the city. Panini's two most famous canvases, Roma Antica and Roma Moderna, show important views of Rome as a collection of his paintings hung in imaginary salons, a kind of trophy room for the grand tourist, staged to also include a variety of sculptures and artifacts by ancient and modern artists. These paintings suggest that the grand tour might bestow similar benefits upon the fortunate traveler to Rome. Giuseppe Vasi's legacy as a master of the art of Vedutismo was firmly established by the publication of his 10-volume set, the Magnificenze di Roma Antica and Moderna. It is the most exhaustive document of Rome's 18th century architecture and urban treasures that exists. These are but a sampling of the 238 views that he created. While Vasi was interested in depicting Rome as it actually existed in his day, Giambattista Piranesi, his pupil, was more interested in Roman antiquity. After working briefly in Vasi's studio, Piranesi began to combine his painterly approach for light and shade with an unfailing eye for composition, creating some of the most hauntingly beautiful scenes of Rome ever produced. The Vedutismo tradition continues to influence artists from cities around the world. It's no surprise that the works of art created by these masters still set the bar by which we measure urban art of all media. With stunning detail and an eye for capturing urban beauty, the Vedutisti continue to inspire us today.